Hello everyone, Jules here. Dark fantasy setting is one of the most favorite themes in the gaming industry, and not gonna lie, lately we are getting more and more amazing dark fantasy games across different genres. And since my channel has a decent amount of audience from turn-based JRPG and action RPGs, I thought it would be fun to make a dark fantasy game recommendation that is coming from those genres. And as usual, since there are so many games in this genre, this video will act as the part 1 of the series. Alright then, let's get started. The Nioh series is a set of action RPGs that combines challenging combat with unique world design. The narrative weaves a dark and mystical version of Japanese history, giving players the opportunity to interact with famous characters while battling yokai that threaten the world. Nioh features a complex and rewarding combat system, incorporating various stances that influence attack speed, defense, and movement. Not only that, you can also equip various weapon types, each having its own unique playstyle. And since Nioh is also known for its punishing difficulty, players must carefully learn the patterns of enemies and maintain focus through challenging encounters. The Shadow Heart series leans heavily into a dark fantasy aesthetic, blending early 20th century settings with supernatural and horror elements. Famous figures and locations are reimagined through a lens of dark fantasy, creating a surreal alternate reality. The Judgment Ring is a distinctive gameplay mechanic that adds a layer of skill and timing to traditional turn-based combat. Players must hit precise sections of a spinning wheel to land attacks, perform critical hits, or avoid penalties. Unlike many previous entries in the series, Final Fantasy XVI embraces a darker, grittier tone. The game is filled with political intrigue, betrayal, and themes of war. Its narrative draws inspiration from works like Game of Thrones, exploring the brutal realities of a fractured world and the moral ambiguities of its rulers. This game also shifts towards real-time combat, with mechanics reminiscent of action games like Devil May Cry. Players can chain combos, dodge, and unleash devastating Akon abilities, making combat thrilling and fluid. While Atlus is renowned for its work on modern urban fantasy RPGs like Persona and Shin Megami Tensei, Metaphor ReFantazio takes a bold step into a pure high fantasy world. The art direction combines surreal, almost mythological designs with traditional medieval fantasy aesthetics. The environments blend beauty with an underlying sense of unease, which resonates with the tone of dark fantasy. As for the gameplay, it combines real-time action and turn-based combat into one whole package. It's similar to the mechanics in Trails Through Daybreak, but with its own unique details.
This could be our chance.
Our opening.
Let's make an end of it.
It is yours.
Looks like that's all of them. Great job, everybody.
Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance Edition introduces a brand new storyline alongside new locations, demons, and expanded gameplay mechanics. The game retains its signature dark, apocalyptic atmosphere filled with morally complex choices that determine humanity's fate. Players can experience a dual narrative, the original game's tale of ideological conflict or the new revenge-driven plotline. Recruiting demons and using them in battle remains a core mechanic. The game allows players to negotiate with demons during combat, fuse them to create stronger allies, and customize their abilities, providing immense strategic depth. Lies of P is a dark and captivating twist on the classic tale of Pinocchio, blending Souls-like action with narrative-driven decisions in a beautifully eerie setting. The game introduces a lie system, where your choices to lie or tell the truth affect the narrative, reflecting the struggle of the puppet to grasp human emotions and desires. Combat in this game is intricate, with a heavy focus on weapon customization and strategic use of abilities. You can modify weapons by combining different components, and you also have a Legion arm, a mechanical arm that can be upgraded with various combat enhancements. Baldur's Gate 3 is an epic role-playing game that blends classic Dungeons & Dragons mechanics with modern storytelling and character-driven choices. The game is steeped in dark fantasy elements, from its ominous tone to its portrayal of corruption, magic, and moral ambiguity. Unlike the previous entries, Baldur's Gate 3 utilizes Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rules. This system introduces tactical turn-based combat that emphasizing positioning, environmental interactions, and clever use of spells and abilities. While the game can be played solo, Baldur's Gate 3 also supports cooperative multiplayer, where players can team up with friends, each controlling their own characters in the party.
Victory awaits.
Darkest Dungeon is a roguelike turn-based RPG game that is widely praised for its unique blend of psychological horror, dark fantasy, and punishing gameplay. Set in a gothic, decrepit world, Darkest Dungeon is a game that challenges players not only to manage resources and tactical combat, but also to deal with the mental and emotional toll of their characters. Characters are not only affected by physical damage, but also by the horrors they face. The more stress they accumulate through dangerous missions and horrifying events, the more likely they are to develop negative mental conditions. The Castlevania series is one of the most iconic and influential video game franchises, known for its blend of action, exploration, and gothic horror themes. It has evolved from its 8-bit roots into a broad array of games across multiple generations of consoles. Combat in this series has always been the central focus, featuring tight controls and a variety of weapons and abilities. Players typically use the iconic whip, along with sub-weapons like holy water, throwing axes, and boomerangs. The game's difficulty level is high, with tough boss fights, precise platforming, and punishing enemies that require skill and timing to overcome. Set in a world ravaged by the apocalyptic war between humanity and otherworldly forces, Grim Dawn blends traditional RPG elements with the grittiness of dark fantasy. Combat is fast-paced yet tactical. It incorporates a wide array of skills, from range combat and spell casting to the brutal melee fighting. One of Grim Dawn's standout features is its dual class system. Players choose 2 of the 9 available classes to combine into a unique character build. Each class offers a variety of skills and abilities, and the combination of these can lead to deep customization.
Alert. Large enemy group detected.
Nier Automata stands as a unique and powerful entry in the action RPG genre, offering an experience that combines emotional depth with intense gameplay. For dark fantasy fans, it offers a world steeped in mystery, a story that questions existence itself, and a soundtrack that perfectly captures the essence of its haunting universe. The game blends various gameplay genres into a seamless experience. The combat is fast and fluid, combining swordplay with ranged attacks and special abilities. The game also shifts between different gameplay styles, including top-down shooters, platforming, and hack-and-slash combat, all without breaking the flow.
Laser communications recovered.
I'm transmitting your pod program.
Pod program download complete.
The Diablo series is one of the most iconic franchises in action RPGs, known for its dark fantasy themes, fast-paced combat, and deep loot-driven progression. First released in 1996, the series has spanned several titles and expansions, each refining the formula while maintaining its core identity of a battle between good and evil in a bleak, demon-infested world. The series is also known for its procedurally generated levels, ensuring that no two playthroughs are exactly the same. This randomness extends to dungeons, monster placement, and loot drops, creating a sense of unpredictability and excitement to the gameplay experience.
It's locked. It's locked.
Path of Exile is an action RPG known for its deep mechanics, expansive world, and frequent updates. It has grown to be one of the most popular free-to-play RPGs since its release in 2013, primarily due to its challenging gameplay and strong focus on player-driven content. One of the standout features of Path of Exile is its vast skill tree and gem system, which allows for immense character customization. The passive skill tree is incredibly large, offering players the ability to shape their characters in almost any way they choose. In addition, skills are linked to gems that can be socketed into gear, allowing for further customization of abilities.
Clutter.
Black Myth Wukong stands out as a highly anticipated action RPG that blends intricate storytelling with deep-rooted Chinese mythology. The game's combat system incorporates dynamic Souls-like mechanics that appeal to players who enjoy challenging strategic action, yet not as punishing as your typical Souls-like games. Players can transform into different forms, utilize various abilities, and wield weapons like the iconic staff, all while exploring rich atmospheric environments. The game features a dark, mystical world where each area draws from historical landmarks such as temples and mountain ranges, while introducing imaginative, mythological creatures and deities. Talking about dark fantasy, people will always look up to the king of modern action RPG developers, From Software. From the games like Demon's Souls and Dark Souls 1 to their latest creation Elden Ring, their dedication and innovation to this genre is astonishing. From the iconic, precise, and punishing combat, extensive customization, challenging boss fight, and even mesmerizing world design. I find it hard to believe if there's anyone in this planet who loves dark fantasy have never played From Software's games before. But if somehow you haven't played those games, I think you're missing a lot in your life. Alright boys, I think that's it for today. I know that there are other great dark fantasy RPG that I haven't mentioned yet, so how about sharing your best dark fantasy RPG that probably deserve the spot in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss another great list. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Peace.